Long winter for Arsenal without a Champions League victory to their name. Of last season's quarter-finalists, only one team made it through without winning at least once before the winter break. But that team was Arsenal. It's not quite make or break for them tonight, David.
Not quite, Clive. Good evening all. I think it's an important game nevertheless, that one they can really hardly afford to lose. Bayer Leverkusen and Deportivo represent real quality. It's a very hard group and Arsenal want to maximise home advantage tonight.
Clearance from the world's most expensive goalkeeper, Gigi Buffon, headed forward by Ashley Cole. Tudor looking for Zambrotta down that right-hand side. He will be Cole's direct opponent this evening. Marcelo Lippi is again the coach of Juventus, the man who took this club to 3 successive Champions League finals before leaving nearly 3 years ago. Del Piero was drawn wide. Got his shot away, and it needed a very good save from Stuart Taylor, because that was curling in from Alessandro Del Piero.
That's his trademark, bending balls with a little bit of pace, but in the first place was Upson's header down that gave Nedved the chance to put Del Piero into that position. But a superb effort by Stuart Taylor, which will give him every confidence to begin this game.
3 of the Juventus back 4 are inside the Arsenal penalty area here. Ordinate bit of a scramble at the near post. Henry was defending initially. It was Lauren who got it clear.
I think we'll find, Clive, it was quite a good reaction save again by Taylor there. It got a deflection. Early warnings.
Header away by Campbell, only as far as Trezeguet. And he couldn't get that to swing quite enough. But the potential in the Juventus front 2 is clear for all to see, particularly Stuart Taylor.
Here we see the corner, and it did get a little touch in towards Taylor, and he had to cover that near post. Arsenal defending sensibly, 2 on the line at corners. Just good play by Parler, just letting the ball run across his body, so they're able to switch from right to left.
Perez, Cole had never stopped running, and now look where he pops up. Oh, and he forced a save from Buffon at the near post. And all the energy and enthusiasm that Ashley Cole has brought to the Arsenal and England team summed up with that run.
It was a fabulous run, Arsenal working the ball right to left, and because Cole ran off the ball and continued his run, he almost got lucky. It was a good effort.
Headed by Perez, then by Vieira. Lauren. Henry unable to protect it from Montero, but it's broken for Parler. Vieira to Perez. Both teams showing real zest in attack. Canu. Game always seems to come to a standstill when it arrives with him, but he lost control for once. Run back by Vieira. Forced forward by Tudor. Lauren tidies up.
It's a loose ball by the giant Tudor. Basically, with defensive instincts, playing in midfield with Takinardi. They're able to leave the more creative and dangerous Davids on the touchline this evening. They're determined that they're going to stop the Arsenal danger man, Vieira. He started quietly, but we expect so much of Vieira. Sometimes it's unfair, the standards that we require. I just think for Arsenal, if Ljungberg can try and hold a bit of width with Nedved roaming.
Little flick from Del Piero, and here's Nedved! Good save by Taylor. Danger hasn't passed. Trezeguet is there. It's onto the roof of the netting. And Stuart Taylor has distinguished himself in the opening stages here. Clever flick releasing Pavel Nedved, who knows he might have done better.
Yes, he'll regret that miss. It was Upson who headed the first ball away when the play was switched. It was a very clever ball, certainly onside. Lauren was trailing. Well blocked by Taylor. Nedved causing a little bit of trouble when he's moving infield from those wide positions. That was Trezeguet's final header that went onto the top of the net. But it's the space that Nedved's leaving when he roams infield that Ljungberg may be able to exploit on the right-hand side. Certainly for Celtic, Agat did very, very well when Nedved went inside, and Celtic were able to switch the ball. I'm sure it's something that Arsene Wenger may have looked at.
This is Lauren. Lauren stepping between 2 of them. It's come out as far as Vieira. Oh, good save by Buffon. Youngberg!
initially, good play by Laurent. The cut inside rather too easily. They got a lucky deflection there. There, Vieira did very, very well. And when the ball just bounced in front, it was the forward that was quickest to react. As Juventus stood, there you see Thuram wasting out. Good drive, quickest to react. Freddie Lundberg, 1-0.
Arsene Wenger has been raving about young Berg in recent weeks. He says he improves every year. On Saturday he scored at Ipswich, won the penalty, made a goal line clearance. Tonight against Juventus he has scored the opening goal. Edgar Davids has replaced Igor Tudor, the injured Igor Tudor, in the Juventus midfield. Henry, outnumbered, thought he was fouled, and the referee has confirmed. This is sixth goal of the season for Arsenal. He missed the game against England at Old Trafford last month, but he'll get another chance to play England before too long. Pires square for Parla. It's a good shot and a good save by Buffon. Snapshot from Parla, almost caught out Gigi Buffon, who, if there are any question marks about his part in the goal, has more than made up for them with that smart save.
It was a super square ball. I think it was Pires who played the ball across to Parla. Really fast, firm in-step pass. But Parla decided to take a chance, and sometimes you catch goalkeepers unawares. Buffon wasn't, but that keeps Arsenal's tails up.
Corner which Pires will take. Header away by Thuram, helped on its way down the field by Del Piero. London's Italian community well represented this evening. Claudio Ranieri, the Chelsea coach, and his predecessor, Gianluca Vialli, a legend in Turin. Pires. Trying to make some shooting space for himself. He was tripped. Zambrotta couldn't quite catch up with him. And it's a free kick in a very promising position for Arsenal.
And really could have avoided making the challenge, really. Thuram was coming in. He was three defenders closing.
Henry has Pires just to his right, but he seems to have his sights set. It is Henry's free kick. It's 2-0. The most expensive goalkeeper in the world, hardly moved, completely defeated by Thierry Henry's free kick, and with less than half an hour gone, Arsenal lead Juventus by 2 goals to 0.
Absolutely fabulous start, regardless of the wall's position. You could see Buffon, he was able to move a yard, but he knew that he had no chance of searching that ball out right in the corner.
He had just 7 months as a Juventus player at the start of 1999, ironically, the year that they almost went to the final and were denied by Manchester United, but Henry was ineligible for the Champions League. He was a spectator to all that. It was a frustrating time for him. Juventus played him mainly as a wide man. But against the team that sold him to Arsenal, Henry has now doubled Arsenal's money. And in the Champions League this season, Thierry Henry has scored 6 times in 7 appearances.
Davids disappointing that no one was showing and making angles up front for him there. Juventus, test of character now.
Davids against Vieira. You wouldn't wish to come between those two, and Davids' foot was just a little high. Vieira quickly taken. Henry taken on the chest. What a volley! Oh! Well, shades of that unbelievable goal that he scored against Manchester United here last season. I think that one would have been better if it had dipped a little bit more.
I think so. Absolutely superb long ball. Should be challenged. He shouldn't have a couple of yards there to chest the ball. But what a trap. What control as he hit the volley.
Henry slipping Thuram. Arsenal have got men over here. It's Pires. Trying to cut it back towards Cano. Support from Ljungberg. Here is Freddie Ljungberg. Saved by Buffon. Henry looking to keep it in. Sees off Zambrotta. Cleared by Thuram this time.
It is the breaking pace of Arsenal that has caused problems for Juventus.
Buffon beaten twice already, but he did well to keep Arsenal at bay there after Freddie Ljungberg had again slipped in behind Pesotto, saving with his leg. Henry. Into Ray Parlour. He's trying to angle it with the outside of his foot into Ljungberg, who was free. David's trying to get Juventus moving, but they all ran away from the pass. Lauren. Canu. Swung into Ljungberg!
Well, that was a hit of a confidence man.
He slipped off Hudson's head. Here's Del Piero. Clipped in towards Trezeguet. It's just slightly overhit, but the real threat is being carried by the Arsenal attack. Some sharp shooting tonight, and Frederick Ljungberg, the latest to display that.
When Kanu crosses that ball, you know, the only player in the box is Freddie Ljungberg, and he still gets his volley in.
Davids to Takinardi. Well, to turn Lauren there, who just dived in somewhat, and here goes Del Piero looking to get beyond Parlour. It's Alexandro Del Piero, squared in there. It was Ashley Cole who got in front of Zambrotta. And just as well for Arsenal that he did. Another glimpse of the sumptuous skills of Del Piero.
Just the final ball at times has defeated Juventus. Trezeguet, the frustrated player on most occasions. Ironic applause there. Portuguese assistant.
Well, he's just been voted the most loved player in Italian football in a poll amongst the players themselves. And he not only has the style of a great player, he has the looks of a great star. Nedved. Del Piero to Pesotto. Wonderful, wonderful half for Arsenal. Sir Alex Ferguson was saying that they played as well as he could remember against Manchester United here at the end of last month. They may just have played even better tonight to take a 2-goal lead against Juventus, thanks to Freddie Ljungberg and Thierry Henry. It could even have been more. Vieira's shot parried, and Ljungberg on hand to finish off, and then all his own work. Henry made it 2. Delight for Arsenal. They have clear daylight between themselves and Juventus at the break. One Italian team survived the group stages last season. Only one Italian team made it to the quarter-finals the year before. And don't forget, England have had 5 quarter-finalists during those 2 years. Spain 6. Change in the balance. Juventus come here with a great name and some great players, but one or two of those have been made to look quite ordinary, particularly at the defensive end tonight, David.
Yeah, I was just wondering if the effect of... They played, I think, 3 games in 6 days, have they not? They played, I think, Thursday afternoon after twice delayed games with fog in Turin. I just wonder if that's taken its toll a little bit. After that first 15 minutes, they weren't sharp, they weren't bright. Arsenal dictated.
Vieira's header forward. Henry trying to gather it. Thuram looks anxiously over his shoulder. Henry still has it. Well, he did have Pires in support, but having earned the chance by muscling Lilian Thuram, of all people, off the ball, I think Henry was entitled to a strike.
Well, he certainly looked quicker than him on this run. If you look very closely, he gains on Thuram, knocks him down, and then has the audacious cheek to volley with his left foot. He's given us the full range of his skills tonight.
from Montero this time and feeding Ljungberg. Early cross in towards Henry. Arsenal picking up where they left off.
Arsenal, you'll find, probably won't pressure quite so early this half. They'll just retreat into the middle third and ask questions of Juventus.
Damage to Zambrotta. He's got on the dangerous side of Cole here. Good save by Taylor. Might still come here for Trezeguet. Brilliant stop on the line, but he's found a way in. And Juventus are back in business. It's David Trezeguet, the leading scorer in the Champions League this season, who has changed the temperature and halved the Arsenal lead.
Well, I think he's disappointed Taylor, but he shouldn't be. That was the problem. He got on the wrong side of Cole. Taylor made a good stop to try and push it out. Trezeguet reacted quickly, and I think he was unlucky on the line, Taylor, and that was his disappointment.
Well, it's not Trezeguet's goal, is it? Campbell knocked it against the goalkeeper, and that's how it found its way into the net. Down by Nedved, on by Trezeguet. Get into the path of Pavel Nedved.
Well, we've seen Nedved play with both feet.
It is on the direction of UEFA that the goal has now been accredited to David Trezeguet. Not quite sure how he can claim it, but that is 9 goals in 7 Champions League games this season, and that's official. No wonder he's top of the scoring list if he's claiming those. Cano. Henry. Ooh, that seemed to be the arm of Birindelli which charged it down. Certainly raised his arms. I don't know whether he actually hit that or his chest. Cano. Vieira. Just sold Lauren short there. Campbell. Vieira. Ljungberg. Crossed in towards Henry.
I'm so confident Kanu's going to be replaced because he seems to have stopped playing as though he's waiting to come off. Just strolling around in the centre. They made no attempt to get in the box there.
There was a sharp challenge by Ljungberg on Takinardi. Certainly Birindelli's arms were up there. I've got a feeling it might actually have hit him on the chest as Henry tried to lift it beyond him. Indeed, it jumped up into his face. A little over 20 minutes remaining. Cano makes way for Dennis Bergkamp. He came on for the last quarter at Ipswich on Saturday.
Bergkamp, another player who didn't really hit it off in Italy, and as so many players do in their first year, if they don't really hit it, they make moves and then they do well. It's very hard to go to Italy and do very well in your first season.
Bergkamp had 2 seasons with Inter Milan. He was a UEFA Cup winner during that spell. New partnership up front. Henry to Bergkamp. Foul by Bergkamp on Thuram. Del Piero. Dispossessed by Campbell. Clever turn by Henry. Feeding Vieira. Now Pires. Trying to wrong foot Birindelli. Looking to make some shooting space for himself. He's done it. Oh, fabulous. And it was only a yard wide.
He worked that ball in inches, and it was a shot out of nothing. There you see 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders in the end gathering round him, and he still gets that shot in. That would have been a great goal.
Pesotto. Del Piero. Gibson's header. Calmly picks out Parla. Now Vieira. It's caught in possession by Davids. Amoruso. Offside, Del Piero. Rueful grin. Probably level. Probably not guilty. Juventus have won only once on their travels this season. That was nearly 3 months ago in the opening week of the Italian season. Henry. Bergkamp! Well, the shape of his body there as he had to improvise as the touch came back to him from Henry was classic.
He moved off very well to get that touchdown.
Ljungberg running Paramati. Davids has to go back there to help out. He gives it straight to Ljungberg, and here's Bergkamp.
What a great ball.
Back to Parla. Good drive by Parla, side netting. But that just underlines the way that Arsenal have, in all areas of the field, hunted it down, chased it, forced mistakes. Juventus would find it very difficult to make a case for deserving a point from this match thus far. That doesn't mean they can't take one. To ride the challenge from Davids, which takes some doing, and Henry is peeled off into space. And here's Thierry Henry, looking to go beyond Montero. Oh, it was smuggled away by Thuram. Not sure that it was goal-bound, the cross shot from Henry, but Bergkamp was loitering with intent to the far post. Good break.
Well, warm applause there for Ray Parla. Fabulous break. And Henry's acceleration almost bought a return pass for Bergkamp to slide in, but give Thuram credit, it was a great block.
Montero. Zambrotta. Trezeguet putting beyond the far post, trying to knock it back, but Lauren read that really well. Knocked it against Del Piero then. Goal kick. Rimondi is imminent. It's hardly figured in the last 3 weeks or so. And it's Thierry Henry who's going to be rested for these closing moments. Played a massive part in putting Arsenal in sight of a massive victory. Rimondi will shore up midfield. Bergkamp. Rimondi to Lauren. Ljungberg has now moved up front there alongside Bergkamp. Tacchinardi. He's the playmaker in the Italian national team at the moment, the number 20, but he hasn't been given much space to do much playmaking tonight. Little flick there from Trezeguet, and here's Amoruso trying to improvise, hit against the arm of Cole. Zambrotta, back to Davids. Oh, referee got in the way. Good defending by the Portuguese man. And here's Ljungberg now, and Arsenal have men over on the break, and Bergkamp on the ball. Held up by Montero, but he's found some space, and here's Ljungberg, and that is the perfect finish to a perfect evening. Arsenal 3, Juventus 1, and boy have they deserved it, and what a finish, and what a part the referee played in it. There's a yellow card for either Del Piero or Davids, and there's no doubt about it, the referee's intervention there was critical in winning Arsenal the ball, but how they used it.
Well, it really was. I mean, you can't blame the referee, that's the laws of the game. It was unfortunate, but there's Bergkamp, so clever, such a brain a twist, a turn, and what a break by Ljungberg to see that space. Thuram could do nothing about it, trying to cover on the line. That's really clever, and there you see the threat of Ljungberg. Dangers for England, possibly in Japan.
That was the tackle by the referee. Ashley Cole is down off the ball. I'm not quite sure what happened to him, but I know what happened there. Freddie Ljungberg, with confidence oozing out of him, rounded off a fabulous night for Arsene Wenger and his team. Marcello Lippi looking less than impressed by that twist of fate, but hey, when you see the replay of your goal, mate, any luck that Arsenal got there, they deserve. Martin Keown comes on in place of Cole for the last few minutes. Upson will switch to left back. And from Taylor at the back to the different varieties of attacking formulas that Arsenal have tried tonight. There's been excellence throughout the team. Plenty for Van Bronckhorst and Henry and everybody in the camp, Cano there to smile about. I don't know what language that joke's been told in. Pat Rice didn't see the funny side. What a friend this wonderful old ground is to them. Nowhere quite like it. Attendance tonight just short of 35,500. If all goes well with Islington Council next week. By the year 2004 they'll be playing in front of 60,000. A win that Arsenal desperately needed, a win they thoroughly deserved. They play with a verve and a sparkle here tonight. Only a cruel twist of fate denied them an even more convincing victory. But victory over Juventus may just convince them they can really progress in this season's competition. They looked as good as anything around at times tonight and beat the mighty Juventus by 3 goals to 1. First, Ljungberg capitalising on Buffon's mishandle. Then Henry with the free kick, 2-0 at half-time. Juventus got back into the game with this goal forced by Zambrotta's run, but eventually scored when Campbell knocked it against his own goalkeeper and the ball dribbled in. But Arsenal have played some spectacular football tonight, and that's how they rounded the evening off, with Dennis Bergkamp in mesmerising form and cheeky Freddie Ljungberg making it Arsenal 3, Juventus 1. Terrific night.